Hey, it's Bri, and I know I keep saying no more story times, but I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this story, you guys are going to want to see Bri all the time, every time I upload. Obviously, the vibe is a little chill in this video because I'm trying to get comfortable doing story times again, and I'm trying to get back to being myself. I have literally been praying for this opportunity. I'm pretty sure after you're done watching this video, you're gonna see where my energy was going instead of going into something that is just going to take me to the next level. But we're not gonna sit here and dwell on mistakes and things that I did when I didn't know better. So I do want to apologize for being inconsistent. I do want to apologize for not making my channel a priority. I know that I have supporters that literally wait on me and are supporting me and sending me love and light because they want me to be the best version of myself if I'm going to make content. The knowing of that has pushed me to this point to make this video, to be transparent and to reconnect with my audience, because I feel like that's what my audience deserves. I feel like it's time for us to get to know each other again. So I do want to apologize for this being a consistent theme in my life, or a consistent storyline in my life where it has taken away from my creativity, because it literally was draining me. So I just want to go ahead and explain that I was under mind control. And I'm going to explain why I said that. What I know now, I'm sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you some parts of this story is not going to make sense, because my life, I'm going through this currently, is not making sense to me either. So if it's not making sense to me, don't expect it to make 100% sense to you, because this is a fresh story time. This is not no shit from 2015, baby. I look back now as I tell this story, and I remember and I think he was such a liar. He was such a liar. It's really levels to this, and the shit is so shocking to me that I'm I have to stay in this energy of just expressing myself and taking this energy and putting it into something that's positive for me. This is the truth. I'm at a point in my life where it's I don't even want to get outrageous. I just want to tell the truth. The truth is, when I really sit back and I'm not being gaslit and I'm not being emotionally manipulated, the truth is, when I sit back, I was providing for two adults. We were just on two totally different levels, and I didn't even see that. I didn't see that, bro. I didn't even see it. Here's the thing, I feel I'm jumping in between telling the story and talking about my regrets. But I'm just going to let this free flow, because I'm human. Okay? This relationship was so traumatic that it unraveled childhood trauma that I experienced, to the point where I'm grateful to a certain extent, because I'm free to explore me and to heal me and to really say, I've reached rock bottom. I'm going to rebuild her, and I love her, and I want to know what it feels like to be in love with me, because I tried to love this person and it got me nowhere. This relationship had so much heartache. This relationship has so much heartache. And once again, I want to apologize to my supporters and my subscribers, because when I uploaded that domestic violence story time, people told me in that video, don't go back, he will do it again. And I kept going back, because every time he would do me dirty, I would be but he loves me, but he loves me, but he loves me, but he loves me. And it was my ego, trying to cope and trying to cope with like abandonment issues and like control issues. Like I wanted to be in control of the situation. I wanted closure, and I would kind of like demand it. And in me demanding it, I showed how much I cared. And that's exactly how he would reel me back in. I'm telling you guys, like I was going nutty. Like I was going crazy. Like I even had a dream that he was like doing it with another girl. And it's crazy because like I never have dreams, but like this particular time in my life, I was on like a really spiritual kick. So I was like, oh, like maybe that's why I had the dream. But something about that dream, like I kind of went with it. Like I never have dreams, but I had a dream that he was having sex with somebody else. And and on top of that, I wasn't talking to him at the time. And we were beefing, and I just started to like see things so differently. My perspective literally started to shift. My third eye started to open. I became woke, because it's like, you guys don't understand. I never have dreams. And to have a dream like that, and then it's like the way I felt when I woke up, I was like shook. I was like shocked. I was like, I feel like that was real life. I feel like that was like a message. And so I started to press him. We weren't even together. And I was like, are you cheating on me? Did you cheat on me when I was in Ohio? When I was in Pleasanton? When I was in the Bay? When I was in Oakland? Were you doing this? Were you doing that? Were you doing this? Were you doing that? I was like really pressing, because my whole perspective started to shift, and I started to think to myself, like, he's been doing him. Let me really tell you guys what really happened. And like, I've shared a lot of stories on this channel that have changed me as a person. But this moment, I'm changed for the better, for the better, for the better. Like I will never be the same again. Me and my ex, we rented a room, and we had a really great Valentine's Day weekend. It was good. We kind of wanted to keep up that momentum and be together again the next weekend. We stayed for like 3 days, and I paid for the third day because I was like addicted to him. Like I wanted to be a girlfriend. We get the room, and I was like going in my pockets. I was going in my savings. I was like cashing out, because I don't like to do broke shit. If I have the money, why should I live below my means? Like I don't like to live like that. And don't get me wrong, I already knew that he was cheap. I actually started to peep that too. I'm like, he's really cheap. But like when it's me, oh, pay for this, oh, da 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 da. Like he's the kind of dude that will call me drunk, because he did do this. He called me drunk and was like, oh, give me some money to help me get my car. I'll let you drive it. I'll pick you up from work. Da da da. And he's just telling me stuff that I know it's a lie. I just knew it was a lie. He never expected me to catch on. And I do think that he thought I was dumb, or he thinks I'm dumb, because literally recently, let me go back to the original story. What I was originally saying. So we get a room, and I'm going in my pockets for it just so we could be together. So that means by the next weekend after Valentine's Day, I didn't even really have the means, but I was getting paid every week. So I was like, we're going to make this happen. We're going to be together. We get the room, we're together. And he brings his like PS4, his gaming system. That has been a consistent argument that we've had in our relationship, because it's like, you spend way too much time on it. When we were there that day, or like that weekend, he tried to explain to me that he just loses track. And I told him, I was like, you don't think that I relate to that? Like, I'm trying to get my channel back together. I'm thinking of content all the time. I have videos that I need to edit. But I choose to dedicate this time to you. So I'm not going to do things that I know are going to get me in the zone where I'm basically going to neglect you. And then it's like, you're playing games on the TV. So you're taking up the TV. I can't even casually watch TV. I got to look at my phone or something. Like, what? And it was just so selfish. You should know that you were on this for a really long time, and somebody else is around you. And you should kind of be respectful that there's somebody else in the room and you're not alone. If you wanted to play the game all weekend by yourself, why did I pay for this? Because it was really me. It was really me. When you detach yourself from a situation and you just see things for what it is, what it really was he wanted me to ask permission for him to be normal. For me to be like acknowledged as a human in the room, or am I just like a sex doll? Like, am I just here until you're ready to like wind me up and turn me on, and then it's like, oh yeah, let me have a go? And that's literally like Not even joking. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it that a lot of people don't want to accept. I don't want to accept it. And it sounds harsh when it comes out of your mouth, when it comes out of my mouth. But like, the truth hurts. And so that's why I just want to go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off, because really think about it. Like, I was asking to be acknowledged as a human being, and he was telling me to wait my turn. Even though I woke up at 9, it's 11. So you already got 2 hours. Last night, you was playing it to the point I passed out. I'm not making this stuff up. And it's like, I've known this guy for 6 years, but the wheel started to turn. I'm telling you, baby, the wheel started to turn, because I'm like, do I even know this fool? Do I even know this fool? Like, I didn't know him. So any possible thing, any red flag that I got, I was running with it. And bitch, I was getting storylines that added up and that made sense. I'm out of my bag to be with you. And then you're going to tell me that you need to practice because you're streaming, which is an idea that I fucking gave you, because I would look at your bum ass and I would be like, if you're going to play the game all day, are you going to figure out how to make some money off of it? Because I'm on my phone all day and I figured out how to make money off that. That's the kind of person that I am. If I see you doing something too much and I know that it's your passion, I'm going to push you to make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? The conversation about this damn video game escalates. I really don't feel like what happened in between what I just told you and what I'm about to tell you really matters. Yeah, like, it doesn't even really matter how it escalated, but it escalated to the point where he wanted to leave because I was speaking my truth. And it was getting to the point where, like, I was so willing this time to do it right by this fucker. I was so dedicated. I was making playlists to get into the vibe. I was watching videos about how to connect with your divine feminine. I was trying to be a woman for him.
This is so embarrassing to hear myself say.
I was telling myself he was my husband. I was repeating that as a mantra in the name of God. I'm not lying. And then this particular day that I'm telling you about the hotel, like, I prayed to God before I packed my bag and left. And I was like, God, I want you in this relationship. Like, I don't want it to just be me and him. Like, I want you to step into it. Da, 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 da. And all of this ended up happening. Now, I haven't even gotten to the part that's going to have you, like, ripping off your lace front. Y'all about to be like, I cannot believe you went through that. Like, y'all are really about to be like, what the fuck? But my God. So I don't even remember the last thing I said, just because I know how this story ends. That's what I was saying. So I was like speaking my truth, and like, bro, I was hurt. Like, I was emotional. Like, I was hurt. Like, I'm talking like weeping, because I was bending and contorting, and I was like somebody that I'd never been before. And it was right before my eyes that it was for the wrong person that I was doing all of this for. And I had been patient. I had been like, oh my God, like, you guys, he was even giving me feedback. He was like, Brianna, for the first time, I feel like I can actually talk to you. Like, I don't have to tiptoe around you. And I just felt like I was doing everything right. Like, we was really vibing, and I was just so off. I was so wrong. And that's why I really feel like he took advantage of all the things that make me a woman. He saw my weaknesses as a woman, my compassion, my nurturing, and he like took advantage of that. I was like crying, and I looked at him and I was like, why are you doing this? Like, because he slipped back into somebody that I didn't even deserve to be dealing with. And previously I felt like I had deserved it to a certain extent, because, you know, like, we was going back and forth. We was playing the blame game. We were going tit for tat. Because I ain't no angel either, baby. But when it comes down to who got hurt more, who lost more, me. I did. I lost more. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, we're not even about to sit up here and play no devil's advocate. Oh, well, what did you do? Bitch, everything I did, I got karma for it instantly, and I still lost more. What I really want to say is I was weeping, because I saw a side of him that was so cold, so like the devil. When I care about you, to see you weep like that, it hurts me. And how come I didn't realize it until I just said this sentence right now, that he didn't care? Because you have to care about somebody to empathize with them when you see them in that level of pain. And I had no empathy. And I was explaining, like, I don't deserve this. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I did this. I was patient. I did this. And he was just like, I would never forget this. He was like, You fucked up. You just fucked up. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have stood in my way. You don't want me to be happy. Talking about this fucking video game, y'all. It got to the point where I went from like pain, hurting, to like, I want you to feel my pain. So I started calling him all kind of broke boys and this and that. So he gets on the phone and calls his mom. Goes in the bathroom, closes the door. This part is like, I'm just going to speed through it because I have so many feelings attached behind this part of the story that is like, I don't even want to get off track. I don't even want to go into a rant. I'm just going to tell y'all what happened. He goes in the bathroom, closes the door. He's on the phone with his mom. He's like, yeah, mom, let me get into character. He's like,
yeah, Mom, can you send me $50? I can't do this anymore, man. I can't do this anymore. Like, just give me the $50 to get this bitch out of my life, man. I owe her $50. I asked her to help me out, and it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, just give me the $50 so she can leave me alone. She talking about she want me to pay her back. Like, can you send it to me, Mom?
It escalated. He said, like, yeah, like, he was just speaking about me in a way to his mother where I was like, you broke my heart. Like, I just started like losing it. I was like, you broke my heart. I literally housed you. You destroyed my life. Every horrible thing that has ever happened to me, like, I was pouring it out because literally every horrible thing that has ever happened to me recently, it goes back to him, bro. Like, he is related in some way. In like a very idiotic and immature way, I was speaking my truth to his mother. He always brings her into this. He always paints me out to just be this crazy ass bitch that's just out of control. And I'm not. And I'm going to speak my truth, even if it's me screaming through the speaker, letting you know all the stuff that your son did. Because your son is no angel. When I asked him, I'm like, why did you call your mom? Because I'm one of those people like, I will repeat myself. So I'm like, why did you call her? And then he was like, my mom said, because I can. Because I can call my mom. Y'all, I flew over there like a flying squirrel and I started beating the shit out of him. Boom, bop, bop, bop. I was losing it. And then that's why he went into the bathroom. Then when he went into the bathroom, he closed the door and he starts talking about how he's tired of this, who raised me, the television, animals. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay. So he's blatantly lying on me by saying that I was raised by a television and that animals raised me. And I know where he's going with that because I've told him about my childhood and how I felt about certain family members growing up and how I felt about myself growing up. So that led me to see that he told his mom my business. So his mom knows my personal childhood tea. And that's why he said, who raised her, a pack of animals, the TV, because he knew that his mom was going to pick up on that tea. And it's like, he lied on me. He knows that that's not me. He knows that I was raised right. When I met him, I read books and I had like a very extensive vocabulary. So it's like for him to sit up here and make it seem like nobody raised me, like I was never loved. And then I told my auntie the exact same thing that I'm telling you guys. And she was like, yeah, but when it always comes down to it, who's there for you? Your family. When he was homeless, how many times? Who did he go to? They'll probably put him on the street again. And that's the gospel truth. He was homeless so many times that he couldn't even go to his family. But then he'll throw up my insecurities about my childhood and my family in my face when he's going through the same thing. I know that he used me. I know that I was being manipulated and emotionally controlled. And I don't even want to go into the depths of how much I was played because it already drives me crazy. I feel like the dream that I had was absolutely true, that he was cheating on me, or like I was like a side bitch and he had a whole other relationship. When they're in the bathroom, his mom convinces him to leave because how I pushed on him and she was on the phone. He tries to leave. I'm seeing red. We're getting into a physical altercation. We're wrestling. He broke literally 9 nails. I had like 1 nail. Every nail was broke, flipped up, done. And I actually liked that set that I had. We was going at it. It was to the point that the hotel was like, let me call the police. I was actually scared. I was really scared because like he really did want to leave. And I also saw something in his eye that was like demonic. And I'm not making that up. He had like a cold, like, you know, like in like movies about like demons or movies about like sociopaths, serial killers, how their eyes just seem like darker than normal people. That's what his eyes was looking like to me. And he just had this glare of like hatred, of like malice, of like, and I was like kind of like scared for my life. The way that he was like swinging me around like a rag doll, somebody like saw. Okay, so somebody saw, and it literally broke my heart, because like for the rest of the night, they kept their door open to make sure that I was okay. And I know that it was to make sure that I was okay. And I was like weeping, because I'm like, I'm better than this. And why am I in a situation? Why am I constantly in situations with this guy where complete strangers are concerned for my safety? I called my brother and I was like, bro, like, can you come over here? Like, I think I need like an escort. Like, I need like to leave. Like, cause I was not willing to do it by myself. Like, I wasn't strong enough to do it by myself. I like was so weak. I think when my brother came up, we were like scuffling, and I think it's because I had tried to talk it out to him again and he just wasn't having it. And so things had escalated again, and then my brother came and I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Like, you know, drama. I wanted my brother to like beat him up, and my brother didn't do it. And then I was just standing outside the hotel and I'm like, he won. He won. And my brother was like, no, he didn't. He didn't win. He's going to feel this. Like, and I'm so happy that every part of this story where I felt emotional, I just take a breath and suck everything back in, because there's no reason to be emotional. There's no reason to cry. I have no tears left to cry. And this is just me speaking my truth, because I'm past this, I'm beyond this, and I deserve better, and I'm going to heal from this. I was crying like the whole, like, I have never cried in front of my brother, because I just like, we're just like developing a relationship, but it's like we've talked about things where I could have just like broke down crying. This was a situation where I was like, he won, and I was just like defeated, and I was just like weeping, because like I really tried. Girl, tell me why. 23 minutes, walk all the way home. My brother smokes me out and everything. It's 2 a.m, so I couldn't even get a drink. Okay? And I couldn't find my AirPod case. So I'm so like out of my mind. I mean, I'm out of my mind. Like, I'm psychotic. I'm not even in my right frame. I'm like, I'm going to go back over there. I paid for that room. I'm going to go back over there. I'm going to look for my stuff. I'm entitled to it. He probably stole it from me. Like, I was out of my mind. When I came back to reality, like when it was like the next work day, I didn't have my wallet. I didn't have a lot of things because I was out of my mind. Tell me why I go over there. I'm looking for my stuff. I'm trying to keep it together. And I couldn't keep it together. I started pressing him. I just couldn't keep it together. I couldn't keep it inside. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? He was covering his face with the covers. He didn't want to have a conversation. And I'm like, you won't even look at me. It was like levels to it because I really cared. I literally like ripped the covers off and I sat on top of him and I like had his hands pinned down. And I was like, you're going to talk to me. Like, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? And he spit in my face. I've never been spit in the face before, by the way. One of the first things that I've ever learned in life when my family sent me off to school, don't ever let anybody spit on you. And if somebody hits you, hit them back. He crossed so many lines, ruined my life in so many ways. So many ways that this video would be 2 hours. But spitting in my face took me literally back into my kindergarten self. And like, I was like, no, he didn't. I had my glasses on. So he spit in my face with my glasses on. And I could like smell it. Ooh, girl, I was going through it. Even he looked borderline scared. And that let me know how he felt. And at that moment, I was no longer going to disappoint myself. And when I saw the little version of myself in my head, I said that that was a wrap. He had absolutely violated. Okay? And this time, I was going to acknowledge it. This was not going to be one that I was going to sweep under the rug. That is such a level of disrespect. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. And you know me, and I've been with you and I've been vulnerable with you in more ways than one. And you gonna spit in my face? I paid for an Uber back over here to get spit in the face. My soul left my body. I was so shocked that he did that. I was just like looking in the mirror and I was like, I forgive you. Mind you, he just like covered his face back up. It's just like so sad dealing with someone who doesn't deserve you in the first place and you can't even tell because you're a girl. I couldn't even tell that he didn't deserve me. I thought that he cared about me. I thought that he just needed time. I thought that he couldn't express it. You know what I'm saying? No, that was not the case. He did not care. Somebody spit in your face, they don't like you that much. Then like 2 weeks go by, he texts me and he sends me some apology that had nothing to do with spitting in my face. Brianna, oh my God, I miss you so bad. I can't even sleep at night. One night ruined everything. Why? He asking me why. He put why with like 10 exclamation points. I was dating a snake. I just want to express it. I'm tired of keeping this feeling in. I want to move on. So with that being said, please don't be like me. Always remember to love yourself first. And from doing self-reflection, I feel like the girls that get put in situations like this are girls that like, we don't love ourselves and we really like take the time to love yourself. That's what I'm doing. That's why I've kind of been chilling off the channel because I feel like it's about giving to me right now. It's about figuring out what's going on with me right now. And then when I figure out what's going on with me, I can bring you guys in on the journey and the content. And I feel like I'm making progress with that. And I'm ready to change my life. And I mean it, baby. And I'm just tired of being a broken record. I can show you better than I could tell you. And this is my year. I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.